Welcome at English Made Easy, Platinum English Grade 5, Term 2, Week 1 and 2. This is Video 1. We're going to start with Theme 6 and it's about stories to enjoy. In this video, we will be discussing new words and we will also do the section Listening and Speaking. Under Listening and Speaking, we will answer questions about a photograph. We will discuss questions before listening to a story. Then we will listen to a story and answer questions about the story. You will make notes while you listen to the story while it's being read. And then after the story has been read, you will answer questions in your workbook. So let's first look at new words. You will please write the new words in your workbook with their meaning next to each other or next to the word. The first word we're going to look at is bandages. And bandages meaning is long pieces of cloth that you tie around an injury or a part of your body that hurts. The second one is medical waste. So let's see what is medical waste. It's pills and other things that you use to treat an illness that have been thrown away. So it's medical waste is things that was used to treat people and then it was thrown away. Irresponsible. Not doing what you should. So when you are irresponsible, you are not doing the right thing. Needles. It is metal things that are long, thin and sharp. Here is an example of a needle that is usually used in hospitals or in the medical industry. Then the fifth word is waste. That is rubbish, things you cannot use. So it's things that after it's used, you throw them away, like a milk box. When you're done with it, it becomes waste. Then number 6, it's contagious. Contagious meaning is when you catch a disease from touching a thing or a sick person, then you can get infected. All right. And then number 7 is notice or notices. When you notice something, then you see things. You see things happening, then you notices it. All right, so this is the new words, 1 to 7. Please write them in your workbooks. And your heading will be today's date. And then English, Term 2, Week 1, new words, page 46 and 48. If you are using the Platinum English book, this comes out of the Platinum English book. So this lesson is planned out of the Platinum English First Additional Language, Grade 5. And you will find this new words on page 46 and page 48. All right, so let's continue now to the listening and speaking section. You will be looking at this picture that is here, this photograph, and please answer the following questions regarding this photograph. The first one is, where is the girl sitting? So if you look at the photograph, where is the girl sitting? Then the second question is, what story is the girl reading? You can see here, yes, the book that she's reading. You must tell us or tell me what story is the girl reading. Then the third one, what stories do you like to read? So like she is reading this one now, you then going to tell in your own words, what stories do you like to read? Okay, this is also going to be done in your workbook under the heading Photograph, page 46. All right, then the next one, we are going to look at this picture. But these questions that we're going to do, you do not need to answer. You do not have to complete them in your answering book or your workbook. We're just going to discuss them, and this is going to help you with the story we're going to read later. So if you look at this picture, what do you think is happening in this picture? If we see, are the people running, walking, standing. In this one we can see they are standing. But what else is happening in this picture? What do you think? Okay, so think a little bit. All right, so let's see. It can be more than one thing. I think you will agree with me. The man talked angrily with the girl. That is what I see. Then the girl is explaining something. That's also what we can see. And then the ladies, do you see there's two ladies there? They are listening to the discussion between the man and the girl. All right, the second question is the girl telling the man something that is funny or something that is serious? So, is she telling him something that makes him laugh, or is she telling him something that pulls his attention towards what she is saying? So, in this instance, I can say it is serious now because it's not funny. He is not laughing. If you can see at his face, he is really not laughing. So the next question is, why do you say that? So why do you say that they are serious in this picture? Because all the facial expressions, if you can look at all their facial expressions now, it's seriously, and the people look furious. Okay. Then the third question, what do you think is a rubbish dump? Okay, do you really know what's a rubbish dump? Let's think a little bit. Okay, let's quickly look. A rubbish dump is a piece of land where waste materials are dumped. Okay, and they also call it a garbage dump. So we previously learned that waste material is material that things that you do not use anymore, you throw them away. So it's like a milk jar or a milk box. If you don't use that anymore, you throw it away. So that is a piece of land where they throw all those things. Okay, so that is what is a rubbish dump. And it's also called a garbage dump. The next question is, what sort of rubbish can harm you? So if you think a little bit of rubbish that can harm you, maybe you can quickly make a list if you want to, but let us look what I've got. I said batteries, medical waste like plasters or needles, like we saw in the previous one, and paint. Okay, so that is a few, but you can mention more, or you can go and ask your parents, and you can make a whole list of things that is harming, that usually are landing on the rubbish dump. Okay, so for this one, the heading is before listening to a story, but you do not have to do these questions in your workbook. This is just because we're going to need this information for the story that we're going to read. All right, so for now, I'm going to read to you a story, but I'm going to read to you a story 3 times. So you need to follow the instructions. So let me quickly read to you first. It's write the while listening answers in your workbook. So for these 4 questions, you will need to write them in your workbook. Okay, so the instructions for this listening reading is, first read, you only listen. When I first read it the first time, you do not write anything. You just sit still and listen. The second read is you listen and you can make notes. The third read is you look at your answer and change if you need to change it. All right. So the questions that you need to answer while I'm going to read is number 1, name of the girl. All right. What is the problem? What did she see? What does she do? Why shouldn't children play with medical waste? Okay, so that is the 4 questions. I'm going to do the first reading now. So let's get ready. I'm going to start reading now. Donna is a girl of your age. She sees small children from a community playing near a rubbish dump. She sees that they are playing with dirty bandages and needles. Donna runs home. She calls her mother. She tells her mother that the children are playing with the wrong things. Her mother and the neighbors come out. They are angry that somebody has thrown medical waste on the dump. Old medicines bandages and needles from hospitals can make you sick. Then the children come running home from the dump. They are crying. All right, I'm going to give you just a few seconds. If you quickly want to just read, let us read the questions again. So for now, for the second turn, I'm going to read it again. Then you're going to answer these questions in your workbook. Name of the girl. What is the problem? What did she see? What does she do? What should the children play with? Or why shouldn't children play with medical waste? All right, so get your pencil and you can start writing while I'm reading to you again. Donna is a girl of your age. She sees small children from a community playing near a rubbish dump. Donna runs home. She sees that they are playing with dirty bandages and needles. Donna runs home. She calls her mother. She tells her mother that the children are playing with the wrong things. Her mother and the neighbors come out. They are angry that somebody have thrown medical waste on the dump. Old medicines, bandages and needles from hospitals can make you sick. Then the children come running home from the dump. They are crying. All right, so you can quickly go through your list if you would like to. I'm going to give you a few seconds. If you quickly want to finish this last sentence if you would like to. All right, I'm going to read it now a third time. You can now check if you are happy with your answers. Let us read it a third time. Donna is a girl of your age. She sees small children from a community playing near a rubbish dump. She sees that they are playing with dirty bandages and needles. Donna runs home. She calls her mother. She tells her mother that the children are playing with the wrong things. Her mother and the neighbors come out. They are angry that somebody has thrown medical waste on the dump. Old medicines, bandages and needles from hospitals can make you sick. Then the children come running home from the dump. They are crying. All right, so now it was read to you the third time. So for you to then be able to complete the next questions that I'm going to give you, you need to keep these questions or these answers close by. All right, so for this, it's while listening to a story is your heading for this answers that you have completed. So let's look at the last questions to completing today's lesson on listening and speaking. The first question, and please answer these questions about the story in your workbook. The first question is, what is the name of the girl in the story? Second question, what does she see? The third question, what does she do? Fourth, why shouldn't children play with medical waste? Fifth, what would you do if you saw children doing something dangerous? Sixth, what do you think will happen next in the story? We're going to read on in a later state regarding the story that we read now. This is just the beginning. So you must tell us, what do you think is going to happen next? And then 7, think about what you have discussed. Write 2 sentences about why it is dangerous to play at a dump. All right, these are the 7 questions. Please read the question or write the question down. And then underneath the question, you write the correct answer or the answer that you chose, all right, or that you think is the correct or suitable answer. But please write the questions also down. All right, for the heading for this part is after you listen to a story, and you will find it in the Platinum English First Editional Grade 5 textbook on page 46. All right, so for now, we are done with video 1 for grade 5 English Made Easy. So please complete each section in your workbook under their own heading. All right. And then I'm also urging you or asking you to please like this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get more videos and you will enjoy English in grade 5. You must have a wonderful day and see you next time.